Sit down, face forward, don't talk to your neighbor, memorize this text, and if you need to use the bathroom, you better raise your hand and ask for permission first. If you grew up in the modern education system, this is entirely normal to you. You're told that school is the key to success, a place designed to unlock your full potential, teach you how to think, and prepare you for the real world. But what if I told you that wasn't the goal at all? The school system you and I went through was not built by visionary teachers or psychologists. It was built by the titans of the Industrial Revolution. And their goal wasn't to manufacture brilliant thinkers, it was to manufacture you. Welcome to New York City, 1902. The Industrial Revolution is booming. America is shifting from a nation of independent farmers to a nation of factories. And at the center of this explosion of wealth is this man, John D Rockefeller, the founder of Standard Oil and the richest man in modern history. He was a brilliant, calculated businessman, but he and the other industrialists of his time had a massive problem. Their factories were growing, but they didn't have the right kind of workers. You see, independent farmers and craftsmen made terrible factory workers. They were used to thinking for themselves, setting their own schedules, and working outdoors. Factory work required people who could tolerate boring, repetitive tasks for 12 hours a day, show up the exact second a bell is rang, and obey management without ever questioning authority. Rockefeller realized that you couldn't just hire a free-thinking adult and expect them to survive the factory floor. If you wanted a compliant worker, you had to mold them from childhood, so Rockefeller opened his wallet. In 1902, Rockefeller created the General Education Board. He pumped a staggering $129 million into it, which is $5 billion in today's money. He used his vast wealth to essentially buy the direction of the American education system, standardizing the curriculum across the country. Rockefeller was a very busy guy. He did not write the curriculum himself. He hired this man, the Reverend Frederick T. Gates, to manage his philanthropic empire. In 1913, Gates wrote a document that laid out the exact path of Rockefeller's education board. And the words inside that document are truly shocking. Have a listen. In our dreams, we have limited resources, and the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hands. We shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers or men of learning or men of science. The task we have set before ourselves is very simple. We will organize our children and teach them to do in a perfect way the things their fathers and mothers are doing in an imperfect way. Now let's take a step back and be completely fair. I'm not saying everything about school is bad, and it would be dishonest for me to say otherwise. The school system did bring mass literacy to the world, learning to read, learning to write, basic mathematics, and having a place to build social skills with people your own age. These are incredibly valuable things. School gave millions of people a baseline foundation. But there is a massive difference between schooling and education. Schooling is the factory process. It teaches you just enough reading and writing to follow instructions, but not enough critical thinking to question the instructions. It teaches you to wait for the bell, wait for permission, and wait for your grade. Education, on the other hand, is what happens when you take those basic tools, reading, writing, and socializing, and use them to build your own mind outside of the four walls of a classroom.